What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about the situation, the story I've been covering as of late, regarding the untimely demise of 13-year-old Maddy Soto. I've spoke about her. Spoke about the mother. Last night, late in the early morning, I did a video about the situation with the interview that she took where her boyfriend, Stearns, who's locked up now for the crime, sat behind her and seemed like he was almost like trying to fish for information that the media knew while applying pressure on Jennifer Soto as she did her interview. And I asked him, I think I made some valid points in that. But what I want to talk about today, man, it's no news video in this. A lot of you guys don't know, when you cover stories, especially stories where it deals with children, it weighs on you. This story, in case a lot of people wonder why I'm harping on this, is because this is a situation that could happen to any father that has a child that lives somewhere else with the mother. And it's a reality. Now, I'm not on here trying to spread any fear or anything, because most people have common sense. But things like this do happen, unfortunately. I want to go down the line of these three people that are involved in this in one way or another. And I'm going to start with the mom first. We've seen her in interviews. A lot of people are saying, hey, she's guilty. A lot of people are saying, maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. Who knows? But I do know this. I was thinking about this whole situation because, if we look at this whole crime in itself, this is a horrifying thing. It's a horrifying thing. You had a monster living in your house. Now, whether you knew or not, things have happened. And it's no coming back from this. Madeline's not going to get up and walk through the door at any time if people are still living in that house. I think it's crazy, when it's unfathomable to me. I do stories on this all the time where a mother does not protect her own child from a predator. Seriously, where is your nurturing spirit? Where is it? Where is it? We saw movies sometimes where somebody will say, or somebody, or we'll hear stories that actually happen where mothers say, you know what? This might have happened to me when I was young. Or abuser can do whatever he wants to me, but he will not do this to my child. And they make arrangements to get the child out. You cannot tell me Jennifer Soto did not know what was going on. Now, this stuff started when she was 11 years old, guys. And I'll get into that in a second. But I think one of the big problems, like the problem right now that a lot of people can't get over, because people are saying she said we and that she said he and stuff like that, said she, her sister saw on the camera pictures of Madeline being dropped off and walking in circles or standing there or something and then walking off. They didn't know which direction it was. Either way, this whole thing is dumb. Now, I think one of the major problems that is wrong with Jennifer Soto is she has Stockholm syndrome. I'm more than sure she has Stockholm syndrome. If you don't know what Stockholm syndrome is, take a look.
Stockholm syndrome is generally defined as the occurrence where hostages form emotional attachments to their captors and or begin to feel sympathy for them.
Now, I said that this guy had full control of that house. And I honestly believe he kept these people in suspended terror. There was threats on both sides. I think he threatened this girl, and he'd been working on, and when I say the girl, I'm talking about Jennifer, the mother. She seems to me like she has low self-esteem and she lacks self-confidence, whether it's from her vanity or whatever. But either way, predatory males like Stephan Stearns see this. They see the imperfections of you. And then they come in and they try to supplant whatever is tormenting you and, try to be that binder where, like, whatever's affecting you doesn't affect you no more. And they come off as they're friendly, relatable, understandable, sympathetic, and a rescuer. I think, honestly, this guy came in, dealt with her because he'd been dealing with her for years. Some people said they was on again, off again. I don't know about that, but I'm going to say this. The trait he has something she likes, whether it's his vanity or whatever, something he provided that she felt as though she needed and then became dependent on. I'm more than sure. One of the things that you can find out when you're dealing with this type of person, whatever it is that they come and comfort you with and you feel like you need, they'll use it against you or threaten to take it away. I guarantee you there's multiple times this guy acted like he was going to leave or he was going to do something or this or that. And she played her hand instead of like being like, all right, I love you. It could have been anything. But she voluntarily gave him control over her, that house, and evidently at the end, ultimately, her daughter. When she was talking and he walked in the room, did you see the mood change in her? That makes me think he might have been abusing her. In fact, I'm almost sure of it. It might have been physical. Because she seemed like she was in fear in her own damn house. I seen that yesterday. I'm like, look at how she acts when then when he got up and left, then she started that shaking with her leg. You could see it in her shoulders. She was tapping her leg real hard. Anxiety. Regardless of, if she had to read the lines he told her or she's buying the story he said, she got to say it verbatim like he told her to say it. When he was standing back there behind her, he just got up and it set her off. It set her off. You seen the confusion in her face. She jumping up and down. It's anxiety. She don't know what's going to happen when she get off that interview. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to yell? Is he going to scream? Is he going to act a fool? Because you could not tell me, and I still stick with this, you cannot tell me that this woman did not know that this was happening. You got a guy in a house, and all of a sudden, he does something to this girl, and she doesn't mention nothing to nobody. Now, a lot of people and child psychologists have contacted me, and they said something like, sometimes, Steve, children, when they're around parents and stuff like this, if threats are issued, that might scare them into being quiet. Or if they see the relationship between the mother and the father, the mother and the boyfriend or whatever, the male in the house that's doing the dirt, and they see the impact that it has on the female cowering to him, it might also let the child know she don't have no power against this man neither. Because the figure of strength, her mother is, she's a girl. She knows, kids watch what you do. They don't watch what you say. She see a mom cowering. She cower. She might not have hope. But another thing is this. They said sometimes she often goes to the grandma. She didn't say nothing to the grandma. And that's the part that, I don't see this girl going through what she went through and not saying anything to anybody. Now, they said something about, she might have said something to some kids in school and things like that. But this whole thing is all over the place. It's all over the place. This woman, Jen Soto, is fragile, broken. This is a broken female right here. If you look at the interview when she was sitting down and the one with her, they interviewed her, and then Stephan Stearns they interviewed, she had that look like she was about to crack. I think it's one of two things. First thing is she knows, and she's going through her head, because she always does this, especially on the points where you say, hey, anything you want to say to your daughter? Maddy, come home. Are you safe? Be careful out there. Like, what? Who says that? It's like she was trying to go over the lines of what she was going to say, or that question threw her for a loop. Like I said before, she's getting her information from him, and he's telling her what to say and what not to say. Because I was thinking, first red flag, why you ain't looking for your kid? Why you ain't looking for your kid? You the mother. Why your sister out there? Why your family out there? And you just sitting at home. I'll wait for her to come here. No, he can do that. He can do that. Makes no sense. I don't know any human being that if their child was missing, they wouldn't be on the front lines. I know I would. How about you? Especially you ladies out there. You know what I mean? Because I look at the comments, y'all like, ain't no damn way I'd have had this dude around my kid. If I found out he was doing something, I'd have handled it. And salute to you. This woman is fragile. And this right here is like a marble statue. You look one way, and then you meet a guy like this, and he come and chisel a small piece at a time. One area here, one area here. Next thing you know, you start changing into something that you're not even you're a remnant of your former self. There are people out here, like I said before, that their recreation is to recreation. And this right here, this guy right here, is Exhibit A. This woman is in shambles. She's gonna need years of therapy. Even if he didn't do this to her child and he wound up leaving, I think she would have shattered right there. Something is broken in this woman. Think about it. Enough to where you let him do what he did to your child? Now, I'm going to tell you something. She had to see signs. She did. She had to see something was going on. Let's be honest. She had to, because it could be anything. Because I'm going to tell you something. I do these stories and I watch the women, especially women when they're victims of something. Or the emails that some of you guys have read, sent me, I would never say your names, and how you felt. Like victims of rape. They all of a sudden, first thing they do is they take a shower. They want to wash the person off of them. They feel dirty. You don't think a child would go through that type of situation? They don't want you touching them. Sometimes if you're not even the person that did anything to them, just any male contact, they shun it. She had to see signs in the house. At 11 years old, this guy had been messing with her, and he'd been doing this multiple times. So it's an ongoing thing between 11 years old and at the time of her death at 13 years old. You got a horny, nasty dude in your house with an insatiable appetite for children. Come on. She was going through it, y'all. She was going through it. And he was like, I got the perfect scenario. I keep her satisfied for a little bit, and then I go and get the real treat. You cannot tell me at any given time, and I don't mean to be graphic, but I want you to think. I want y'all to think. At any given time, he would go with her, do with her. On her off days, she sleep in the bed because she worked midship. He probably already worn out and stressed with dealing with him in the house. She'd fall into a deep sleep. He'd slide up out that bed like the snake he is and go in there and violate Madeline. Sickening. She failed and she knows it. She know he did something to the child, but she don't know what he did. What he did. She knows. That's why at that one part where she was looking up, she's like, I hope she's safe. I don't know where she is. Her eyes are battering. She's going through scenarios in her head. She's only getting the information from him, so she's only getting what he's telling her. He told her that the sister saw the video and all this other stuff. I guarantee you. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if this tyrant done took her phone where she can't get in contact with nobody. Of course, if you listen to the interview the other night, the video I did the other night, where she said, that's why I called the media, his head went right up just like this. Maybe he saw the interview on the thing and he didn't look convincing. Or people like this, remember, he's hovering over her to see what the media knows. If they're going to give any hint to what the police know, you know he's reading comments on people's stuff. On the story, he's reading comments. He was reading comments. I'm sure of it. I'm sure before he got arrested and she was missing, he was scouring the internet. That's why he kept her in the house, because he wanted to stay in the house, because he could have access to stuff to see if anybody was hot on his trail. Y'all agree or disagree on that? Come on. This guy right here is not stupid. He's calculated and cold. And in that house, he's brash, ignorant, and selfish, and dangerous. I'm more than sure, like I said, he was physically abusing that girl, that lady. That lady. When them quiet abuses too, better not say nothing. Yeah. She kind of trying to keep her mouth closed while Maddy's in the other room sleep or something. He in there busting her head open. Let's get to this dude. This dude right here is a dragon, a snake. Evil. Evil, y'all. You took the mind of a woman and destroyed her. This woman's mush. She is. He made her mush. Right? Psychological warfare against somebody that wanted probably love and affection from you. Welcomed you into her house because she thought you was the man that you came off to be, and you wasn't nothing but trash. Wasn't nothing but trash. I guarantee you, he smiled in Maddy's father's face multiple times when they met. When they met. See, people like this are readers. You know, I don't know the depth in which they can read you, but these are readers of people. You see a lot of these type of people in prison. They walk up on you and they talk to you, stare at you, got an empty stare. The whole time their mind is processing the way you move, the way you act, the reaction, the way your eyebrows move, the way your forehead is, all this type of stuff. I learned that in there to see if you're lying or not. Ask your questions about your case, all this other stuff, trying to get something out of you. Don't know you from a hole in the ground, but it's something you got that they need. Such is the case as this man right here. Such is the case. Guys like this get these girls and they make it where they almost impossible to get away from them, even if they want to. He might have something that she needs, finances. It could be anything. He could threaten her, hey, if you go to leave me, I'll hurt you and your kid. You seen people do that? And he gives her a little taste of what he's capable of. Of course, that lady, Maddy Soto, was a tiny lady. She's short. That man right there, when you seen him get out of that car, you see him in heck, he's like 6'3", 6'4". That's an imposing figure on somebody tiny, especially a woman. Imposing figure. Wouldn't pull that with a man, though. You can see it. You pull that with a woman, though. You know, that's the thing. A lot of people suffer in silence. Just because people look like a happy family, you don't know. It could be hell going on in the house. Could. This man, ladies and gentlemen, the arrest affidavit said some stuff in there, man, that made me sick. It made me sick. He had this girl, and I'm gonna warn you before you can cut this off now. Y'all probably heard this already. He had this little girl, right? Take pictures. First, he took pictures of her body. You know, her vagina, her anal area. Distinct pictures. Her breasts at 11 years old. I mean, this is through her age up to now, but it started when she was 11 years old, and it started on her birthday. It started on her birthday because I was in the car and I was just looking at different news articles and stuff to see if I missed something. And I'm driving. When they said that, I said, I never knew that. On her 11th birthday, supposedly, this is when this started. So what's up with him and birthdays? I want you to think about something. As a kid, you have your birthday, probably cake, everybody singing and dancing. Soon as everybody goes away, you don't even have time to reflect and play with the toys you got and just, man, I can't wait to go to school and I had a good day, or talk with your mom or whatever. You're happy. You can't even let yourself calm down from your happiness, and just enjoy the rest of your day, your special day. And here comes some snake, some predator just coming up in there and doing you like that. Think about that. These weird pictures he took of this girl exposing herself is dehumanizing, humiliating, even at 11 years old. I don't even know if she was sexually mature at that age. Puberty, I'm talking about. Just something new. Come in the room, take your clothes off, just doing crazy. And you could only know, you imagine the craziness and the disappointment in her going through this. A lot of us been in jail. You got to bend over, squat, crack your cheeks, all this kind of stuff. Get your cavity searched, all this stuff. It's embarrassing. And we're adults going through that. Imagine a child from somebody that she laughed with, probably ate with, had fun with, and all of a sudden he come in here and you see a different animal. It looked like him, but the face different. He done took the mask off. That's why I'm saying at 11 years old, that's quite an ordeal to go through. So there are pictures of this guy penetrating this girl. Anyway, and having his genitalia in her mouth, where he took a picture of her face with his penis in her mouth. In his phone, he kept these. In his phone. 2 years. 2 years he kept them. A lot of people saying, oh, it might have been a few times. No, let me tell you something. If somebody keeps pictures like that and videos like that, and we're men we know we are sexual beings. You keeping those for mementos, after a while, you're going to start what? Looking back at them. Damn, it was good. Oh, she's up there. Boom. A turnstile of terror this young lady went through. She went through it, y'all. And I want you to get that through your head. She's not the only one. There are children out here right now going through the exact same thing. Imagine that. Guy have his way with a child, pull his pants up, better not tell. Sometimes they throw money on the table or something like this. A person's a common whore. Wipe your face, stop, be quiet. Can you imagine that? Your mother, your protector, is in the other room and you in there getting violated, and this man probably got his hand on your mouth. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? Let me tell you something. This guy's in jail. And I've seen a lot of your comments where you say, hey, this guy right here is the inmates are going to get him. The inmates, right now, they're not going to get nothing. This is a very big case that captivated the nation. They have him in isolation. Believe it or not, even though it's jail, inmates might not even see him or know where he's at. Because people like this, they want to put them on parade and in front of the justice system because it's a high profile case. And their safety is paramount to this whole thing. Let me close this by talking about Maddy a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you, what did she do to deserve that? She was 13 years old in school. What did she do to deserve that? She was just being a kid. She committed no crime, didn't offend anybody. She just existed, and this happened to her. A lot of you guys that are new subscribers on this channel, you know, I have a habit of going off on here. You know, you can ask people that know me, that's been with me for a while. I have a habit of going off, and I say a lot of things that other people won't say. See, because in the media and stuff like that, there's a certain way you talk. Me, I'm not going to talk like that. I'm going to talk like a common person on uncommon occurrences to other common people with common sense. If you hit that subscribe button and you're on this channel, you're here for a reason, whether it's God brought you here or you just have commonality with me. There's something going on and we need change out here, whether it's a criminal activity or sexual activity. Something is wrong here, and it needs fixing. It needs fixing. I still cannot wrap my head around the basic when you loving somebody, it's intimacy. That's why it's called intimacy. It's up close, personal, sharing of feelings, strong feelings and affinity for each other. She don't even know what that means. And you up there messing with this girl. Think about that. I want you to really think about it. See, because we hear this all the time. We don't really give it no thought. You just be like, oh man, that's messed up. But really visualize what I'm saying to you. I got a 9-year-old daughter, sweet as can be, cute as a button. If anybody, I can't, that's why I can't get this out of my head, because my daughter's close to the age of this girl. At one time, she was 9 years old. People loved her like they love my daughter. Her father loved her like I love my daughter. That man must be going through it, y'all, because he feels like he failed. And a lot of people say, oh, well, you don't know that. Y'all don't know how men feel. A lot of you ladies, you don't know how men feel. Every time you go through a divorce, you feel like part of you failed. Because men are the ones that dictate if it's a relationship or not. Y'all don't. You go through a divorce, you feel like a failure. Other times is when you lose a job because you catch on to it. And you wanted that job or needed it, or a job just lets you go because they got to make price cuts or any other type of bureaucratic BS that companies do. You feel like a failure. Biggest time you feel like a failure is with your children. When something happens to them and you're not there and you left to pick up the pieces, if any, you feel like a failure. I don't mean to get emotional, but I sympathize with that man. I don't know what it was that had them to where they wasn't together and they couldn't be the family or anything like that. But all in all, this stuff hurts. And I feel it. I feel it. That's why on my channel, I tell you, everybody has a voice here. Pain, suffering, loss, hurt, depression. It's all universal. It's all universal. You know what else is universal? Speech. We need to start talking about these situations. I respect everybody that leaves a comment, be it positive or negative. I respect all of you guys because a lot of the stuff you say, it gives me ideas and it gets me to thinking. My channel is not just for entertainment. My live streams on Fridays for that. This is just to bring out a lot of awareness, to show you what's out here, and to show that it's a big lack of common sense and it's a big lack of accountability in the nation right now. And we're going down the tubes if we don't fix it. I just want you to think. That's all I want you to do. Just think. A lot of people out here that think they got it bad. Guess what? Look at one of my stories. There's somebody that got it way worse than you. People act like the world stopped spinning because something happened to them. We need to start caring. We need to start calling out this BS. She didn't deserve it. She didn't. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm sorry I got upset. I mean, I didn't really go off, and this is a hard video. These hard videos to me to do. But I'll see you in the next video. Take care.